Oh, hey, sorry, my name's Brian.
My name is Lindsay.
We were just reading the law. I and Lindsay are attorneys. Lindsay, what's another word for an attorney?
Another word for an attorney is a lawyer. Brian, what is it that attorneys or lawyers do?
Well, there are laws that exist in our country, and they are all kinds of different laws. And what attorneys do is we know the law, and we study the law, and then we read the law, and then we advise people or help people understand the law. So, is there any example you can think of in a classroom that's similar to laws that we follow as adults?
Sure. In your classroom, you probably have all kinds of rules. You're not supposed to hit your classmates. You're supposed to do your homework. You're not supposed to steal. You're probably supposed to clean up after yourself. Those are some examples of rules that you probably have in your classroom. And that's similar to laws that we have in the state of Texas, things that we help clients understand how that applies to them.
So there's many different ways that you practice as an attorney, because being an attorney is called practicing the law, because we never get it just perfect, but we keep practicing. So a couple of different things that we're going to show you as examples of what we do. One would be we have a client call us and they need some advice on the law. And so we would meet them here in our conference room and we would go over the law with them. And we'll show you that example. And then the next one would be sometimes when we have a dispute over the way the law is being handled in a case, we actually go to trial in front of the judge, and we'll show you a little example of what that may look like as well.
Miss Adams, your appointment's here.
Oh, come on in.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, Brian. My name's Lindsay Adams. What can I do for you today?
Well, got a question for you.
Okay.
I was in the convenience store the other day at the gas station, and I saw some Nutter Butters, and I wanted those Nutter Butters,
Of course you did.
but I didn't want to pay for those Nutter Butters. And so I took these Nutter Butters from the store, but I didn't pay for them. I'm wondering, is that against the law?
Yes, Brian, it is against the law. In the Texas Penal Code, under section 31.03, that's going to tell us what it means if you commit a theft. A theft is when a person commits an offense if he unlawfully appropriates property with the intent to deprive the owner of the property. So what you did by taking the Nutter Butters was you took them, which means you unlawfully appropriated them, with the intent to take that from the store owner. And he didn't give you permission to take it, and you didn't pay for it.
So if I go back to that convenience store and take more Nutter Butter bars, I'm committing theft?
That's exactly right, Brian. You'd be committing theft.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Adams.
You're welcome, Brian.
One of the things that attorneys or lawyers do is they go to trial. And so we're going to put on just a little bit of an example of what a trial would be like. Have any of you seen the movie The Lion King? Raise your hands right there in class if you've seen it. Okay, well, in The Lion King, if you'll recall, Scar blames Simba for Mufasa's death. But we know that Simba, in fact, was not responsible for his father's death, that it was Scar who was responsible for it. So we're going to pretend that I am representing Simba in a trial in which he is accused of being responsible for his father's death. And so you're going to see in just a moment the way that I would proceed as the attorney for Simba. I'm going to do a brief opening statement, and then I'm going to cross-examine or ask questions to Scar. And what that means is he's going to be called as a witness, and I'm going to try to show the jury that, in fact, Scar was responsible, not Simba. So stay tuned.
One.
Defense counsel, you may make your opening statement.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've heard the state. They have accused falsely Simba of being responsible for his father, Mufasa's death, and I'm here to tell you he's not. And you know how I know? Because it's, in fact, Scar who did it. And I'm not just going to tell you that. We're going to show you. We're going to call Scar as a witness, and we're going to ask him questions to demonstrate that, in fact, he's the one that caused Mufasa's death. And so because that's true, we're going to ask you to find Simba not guilty. Thank you.
Defense, you may call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Defense calls Scar to the witness stand.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Can you introduce yourself for the jury, please?
My name is Scar.
Now, this entire case is based on the accusation that Simba killed Mufasa. Do you know Mufasa?
I do. He was my brother.
He was your brother, but he's no longer alive, is he?
That's correct.
And you maintain that it was Simba who caused his death. Is that right?
That's right.
Mufasa was king, right?
That's correct.
And you wanted to be king, didn't you? Didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Now you are the witness who blames Simba for Mufasa's death. It was you who was there, and it was 3 hyenas. Is that correct?
Yes, we were all there and we all saw Simba do it.
Isn't it true that those 3 hyenas are your 3 best friends?
Well, yes, they are.
Now, how do you maintain that Simba caused his father's death?
Well, we all saw it. You can ask the hyenas. He pushed his dad off of the cliff.
Okay. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
May I see your claws, please? Those are pretty big claws, wouldn't you say, Scar?
Yes, I'm proud of them.
Whenever we examined Mufasa's body, we saw that there were claw prints in his hands. Interestingly, those claw prints do not match Simba's small claws. They match yours perfectly. How do you explain that?
I tried to help him when he was falling off the cliff.
Isn't it true that you stuck your claws into Mufasa and you threw him off of the cliff? Isn't it true? Isn't it true? Because you wanted to be king. Admit it. Admit it.
You got me. It was me.
Thank you, Judge. We're done with this witness.
2.
Hey, sorry. We were reading the law again. Good news. Simba was found not guilty, and now he gets to be king.
That's right.
So we want to thank y'all for watching our Career Day video. A couple of big questions that people ask about attorneys, and I'll ask you, Lindsay, is 1, how long do you have to go to school to be an attorney?
Well, if you want to be an attorney, you've got to get through high school, then you've got to go to college, 4 years of college, and then you have even more school on top of that. You have to go to law school after you finish your college.
And then one other question that people ask me is being an attorney boring?
No way! Our days are so exciting. We never know what's going to happen. New clients come in all the time with all kinds of different stories from all kinds of different backgrounds. So we're never bored.
And there's lots and lots and lots of laws that we can always be reading. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.